Hi, I'm Catherine Fulvio, and this week I'm making Summer Egg Muffin surprises as part of our Stop Food Waste Challenge. And for that, I need to see what's in the fridge. And speaking of fridge, I actually have this hanging on the fridge. It's a lovely magnetic holder, really handy. And on it is a meal planner for the week. It's a really great idea. And if you don't have this, you can just draw up one or print one out. But Monday to Friday, my top tips are: use food you already have when you're planning your meals, and kind of work your meal plans around similar ingredients. Organise your list so that when you're going to the supermarket, you're not kind of wandering from aisle to aisle and just randomly putting things in, so that you know what you need from the fruit section, the veg section, the frozen section, etc. But the other thing is, it's important not to be kind of too tempted by deals. Deals are great, don't get me wrong, but you don't want to come back with like 30 peppers when you only needed one just because they were on special, unless you have a plan to use them. And then the other thing is batch cooking. And with these summer egg muffins, batch cooking is brilliant because these will last a few days. So let's get started on our recipe. So I also need my little brown bins. I have my little caddy here, which is just brilliant, I have to say. Now I have a little compostable bag in here, but you could also just scrunch up some newspaper at the bottom. And we have all our eggs here. And we're going to crack our eggs in to a bowl one by one. This is a really handy recipe. I have the oven on already, so it's a lovely, quick recipe. What I love about this recipe is it's really healthy and nutritious as well, because with these muffins, egg is the main base, and then you can add in whatever you like, and that's why it's so brilliant for using the ingredients that you may have left over in the fridge. So let's put this aside. It does take a nice bit of salt and pepper, so you do need to season it. So here's my salt. I almost forgot where I left it. There's some nice salt goes in. And decent bit of pepper. You can use your hand whisk, or I have this little electric whisk, so it's nice and handy. So just give it a quick mix. You don't want to overmix this. Let's get this out of the way. Then, next thing is, don't judge me, but I pulled so many little bits and bobs from the fridge. Oh my goodness, this is a fantastic way to use up all those little leftovers. I had a red onion and I had a plain onion, so I chopped them up. I'm going to pop them in because I want the onion to be the base of these little surprises. And why they're called surprises? Well, here we have some grated cheddar cheese, a little bit of leftover chorizo because I was doing a little bit of Spanish tapas in the cookery school the other day. Here I have a little bit of sweet corn. I nearly always have some sweet corn floating around. Next, I also have a few cherry tomatoes, and these are fresh, so these need to be used up. Baby spinach, this goes off so quickly, so I want to use that up. I also have some mozzarella. Now I won't use all the mozzarella, but I'll use the leftovers in a lasagna tomorrow. And then a little bit of parmesan. Other ingredients. We had some fried potatoes from dinner 2 nights ago. I also have here some chopped peppers, bit of garlic, and some fresh herbs. So there's parsley in there. That's a lot, but I bet you, if you go to your fridge and start mooching around, I think you'll find little bits of everything. And the great idea about this is, don't panic. These are not all going into the one muffin. We're doing different flavors. We're playing with it. And this is great because you can get the family involved in this. If you've got kids in the house, maybe they'd like to be involved and make their own. And of course, the more they cook with you and the more they make their own versions, the more likely they are to actually eat them themselves as well. So let us give this a little stir. So it's just brilliant to be able to use the leftovers because, you know, we waste up to €1,000 worth of food in our households every year. I mean, like, that's just a shocking amount of money, isn't it? How handy is this recipe? The oven's already on. I have my muffin tray here, and all I did was put a bit of butter in it, or you could spray a bit of oil in it if you wanted a lighter version. And now all we do is assemble. And for that I use my ladle, because I want to make sure I get a little bit of onion in with the egg. Which one? Right, pop that in the sink. And here we go. So you kind of just about 2/3 fill them because you need to leave a bit of space for all this beautiful filling. These are great for, dare I say, school lunches? Bit early to be talking about school lunches, but for picnics at this time of the year, they're absolutely lovely. or for snacks, or if you are going into the office, this is a really little healthy lunch. So egg and onion is still a lovely combination if that's all you had. That'll do in a ramekin in a minute. Now to our fillings. So I'm thinking cheddar, chorizo and our sweet corn. So let's get some of that in. So there's our chorizo in, and there's our cheddar going in, and then our sweet corn. Then let's go with a little bit of an Italian twist. So here we have some cherry tomatoes, let's pop them in. And we are going with a little bit of the fresh mozzarella. So the leftover tomatoes that I've chopped up, that's going to go with a salad that I'm going to have with these egg muffins later. And the same with the spinach. There's nothing going to waste in this house. Okay, now the little bit of spinach. So I'm just going to tear the spinach up a little bit. So this is the baby spinach. It's important that you just have a route around the fridge and the store cupboard and everywhere, and just use up what you have. Because isn't it shocking? We waste up to a quarter of what we buy every year. Like, that's just a shocking figure, isn't it? A quarter. Think of all of that damage to the environment. Think of the damage to your purse, to your pocket. Now, have a little bit of Parmesan. I'm going to sprinkle this on the top. The Parmesan I can use again, no problem, on top of a pasta dish for dinner. So I'll cover that and have that later as well. Now, the next one then, I thought the potatoes with the pepper and the garlic. So pop a little bit of garlic in. And then my roast potatoes that I had left over, so they're diced nice and small, so they'll fit in beautifully here. I had these with a little bit of fish the other night for dinner. Okay, and then our pepper. These just look so yummy, they're so colourful, and imagine the fun you'll have in the kitchen preparing these with a family. Packing them up then, heading out for a picnic. And to think you're doing something good for your pocket, for the environment. It's a win-win. And that is it. I mean, they're done in minutes. And in they go into the oven. And here they are, bubbling goodness. These are my summer egg muffin surprises. A fantastic way to use up your leftovers. Really tasty, really delicious. And for this recipe and lots more information on our Stop Food Waste Challenge, do go to stopfoodwaste.ie.